Good morning, everyone. Please put a one in the chat if you can hear me. I want to make sure you can hear me well before we get started. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming out today. Okay, chill out, random crafting gamer, Lena Pretty Brown Eyes, Miss T Velocity. I know you are at work. Thank you for coming out and listening in the clouds. I appreciate it. You shared and like. I definitely appreciate that as well. Miami Popo, how are you? Madison W. Is it Mrs. Jones? No, it's Miss Jones. I am single and free. Don't be putting no man chained up on me. I might see a good looking man that, may want to holla. Okay, hey Miss Cruiser, how are you doing? Your trip looks so fun. I was in the disco with you for a while last night, and it looks like you're having a ball. Okay, um, T Bay Forever 17, thank you for being here. So Bomb, Marvelous Me, thank you for being here. Oh, I have more. Okay, thank you for all my members like Miss Detroit, Mrs. Detroit 313. Put the right tag on you, or your husband gonna be like, hey, where your wedding ring at? What you doing walking around here without your ring on, trying to act like you single and free? Okay, Miss Brown Sugar 74, thank you for being here. The Real K Fit, Tanari, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. A view is a view. Okay, you guys can hear me. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Miss M. Dixon, thank you for being here. Madam Scorpio, thank you. BJ, Madam Scorpio, also thank you for being a member. Okay. Daniel Berry Sports highlight, Carolina Blue. Girl, you know you got on me and you put me in check and I didn't open my mouth. When have you known Ronnie Q to let somebody just check Carolina Blue? Why did you just check me like that? See, usually, in the beef sector, to be a content creator, you usually have had a couple of beefs under your belt. But, Ronnie Q don't do that. Okay, we're going to discuss. Hey, Maxine, how are you doing? Okay, who is that? Miss LA, thank you for being here. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple of things on this morning, real quick. Queen Diva, thank you for being here. M. Renee, it is always good to see you. Okay, very Carrie, my mod. Okay, so we're good to go. Sophie, thank you for being here as well. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, Sheila, did I say hello to you, Sheila E? If I didn't, hello, Sheila E. Okay. What the hell is going on? What the hell is wrong with Paulette Waters? Has Paulette Waters lost all of her mind, or is she just a raging alcoholic, or what is going on with Paulette Waters? So, Paulette Waters, with her old ass out here looking like an old lesbian cowboy from the 1820s, is out here hitting all these panels, over talking, yelling and screaming, lying, and says she's going to lie on people and actually lying on people. So, what is going on with Paulette Waters? I didn't even know that she had gotten into it with Miss Toby as well. And all this Ronnie Hugh. You know what? I think Paulette Waters want to fuck me. But she can't do that because I have a husband. I'm not interested. But it seems like Waters with her nasty ass, gutter snipe ass, who is always talking up under people's clothes. It seems like she wants my kulala, as Jay Wilson would say. Okay, so hey YouTube cameras, how you doing? Ben Zone, thank you for being here. Mike Lewis. Now, okay, so let's be clear. I'm going to play a little clip from you. Okay, so I solicited no information from Paulette Waters. And Paulette Waters hit my link one day when we were talking about the issue of the Ben Zone. We had just found out on the YouTube streets that Ben Zone had a complaint against Jay Dunn. So we're talking about that. didn't have any inkling of anything other than, you know, what we were told. Neither Benzone nor Jay Dunn were talking about it. I'm not going to go into it any further than that. So it was a whole lot of speculation. Nobody knew anything about anything that was going on. But then all of a sudden in my life, here comes this old hood-faced cowgirl uh, from the 1800s, her button-up shoes came hitting my link. And I was like, hey, Miss Paulette, what's going on? Well, Ronnie Q, you know what? I got something to tell you. Ronnie Q, this all started with Jay Dunn. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys hear this for yourselves. I don't want you to take my word for it. I really want you to hear this for yourselves. Okay. Hmm. One second. I really want you guys to hear this for yourselves because it is noteworthy. Okay. And I don't have to put a disclaimer up on this video. This is my video. We're going to understand how this information got to the streets and got to Ronnie Q by none other than Paulette Waters herself. None other than Paulette Waters, who was over on Mahia's, not tonight, night before last, not the day before yesterday, saying that she had actually called Jay Dunn's probation officer. She was bragging, yeah, I sure did. And then she realized she said it so quickly. Then she tried to go back and say, well, the Heat was the one who put her information out on her community wall, and I had already told Jay Dunn, if you do something to me again, you're not gonna be messing with me around here, Jay Dunn. And if you do something else to me, the key phrase in that, if you do something else to me. And then my head go, well, what did she do to you? Well, she threatened to dox me. Okay, so she threatened to dox you. And if she did something else to you, see, I'm not caping for Jay Dunn because I can't stand the funky frowsy hoe. Let's be clear. I'm just telling you the order of events. Well, if you do something else to me, Jay Dunn, I'm gonna call your probation officer. And you know what? I called her probation officer, but at no time did she say Jay Dunn had done anything else to her to make her make that call. But she just said she made the call to Jay Dunn's probation officer. So she's a cop calling bitch who puts herself in, sticks her nose in situations to fuck with people. So I am looking for this video. I had it loaded up, but I got a commercial. Okay. I have a commercial. Let me get through the commercial. Okay. So let me make sure you guys are not saying anything that I may need to hear or see. Okay. Before I start this. Okay. Good morning, Soapy. I see Soapy? No, that's not Soapy. I'm sorry. Okay. Getting ready, listening. Okay. So I just talked about her in my live. Paulette be lying. And that's exactly what we are going to uncover. So we're going to start from the beginning with this. Okay, so let me remove this picture of Paulette, her earliest. That's one of her earliest picture, but her baby picture, it was lost on Noah's Ark because that bitch was born on Noah's Ark and shit. So that's the most recent picture that I could get. Back in them days, it was hard to come across photographs and stuff. So excuse me if I don't have the bubbling ball head baby picture of that bitch, but let's go. Here we go. Day. And I was like, oh, and then when the charges were felony, it wasn't. about the situation that happened that day. So I like to keep it on the situation at hand because the past stuff is not a part of this, what we're talking about, a case. You understand what I'm saying? And I can separate the two. And okay, we can I hear this a lot. We can't tell people how to fight. We can't tell people how to hit us back. But filing a false police report is against the law. So we can find a dummy to go file a false police report if we like. But see, what would if it's to be found that this police report is false, and they who's going to suffer the repercussions of this? The dummy or all of us? Just the dummy. So okay. So my next topic at hand. Anything else y'all want to add on this? I
No,
hope
thank
Jay
you.
Dunn and all that text and lives that the person went on after her first, and it was a back and forth, not an attack by Jay Dunn. Oh, okay, it was a back and forth, not an attack. And y'all said that Benz threatened Jay Dunn first. When did this happen? Are you talking about when she challenged her to this
You're right.
boxing
Right. It was
thing?
never it was never said anything about bodily harm or anything. It was the Mama Reeds, the they was sitting up there. When that Jaden put her whole family out there, I didn't see that part. I honestly didn't, but I heard about it and I said that was wrong. I keep telling Jaden, Dotson ain't where you need to go. You got a lethal tongue, use it. But then I see if you
Mm-hmm.
got a lethal tongue and then a bitch get her feelings hurt, she ready to put you in jail.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so understand this is the first day the information hit the streets. None of the parties were talking, so we were just, wondering what happened, and making our opinions. Well, if this happened, that could be this, and if that happens, that could be this. We were trying to piece it together, the best we could. Not trying to be biased, just trying to talk as adult women. Okay, so then somebody saw this conversation and then decided to do this. Yeah.
I'm sick of all of it. I mean, I don't know what y'all want to make this
You going in and
Hello?
out, y'all, y'all.
and take it
You
leave.
went out. You said, I don't know if y'all want to make this the what?
The filling sector. It
Mm-hmm.
seems like lately all we're doing is talking about other people's problems and we got to coddle these motherfuckers and everybody want to put somebody in jail. I mean, if you don't like the beef sector, leave. Hey, BL, my baby, I love you. It's
Okay.
sickening to me.
Let me address this. Okay. Peanut Gallery 23. I hope she goes to jail. Wasn't Jay Dunn kikiing when Tracy got locked up? Karma is a motherfucker. Well, Jay Dunn wasn't the only one who kiki when Tracy got herself locked up. So should we all be in jail? Really? Should we all be in jail? Because I know I got a good kiki off of it too. I'm gonna pause it right there. I know I got a good kiki when she called the police on someone else and found herself locked up in jail. And I know I am not the only one. Okay, let's be clear. Okay, so speaking of when Tracy got locked up in jail, Tracy needed bail money. So Very Carey was actually her mod during that period of time, and she had Heat Wave was a mod during that time, and Miss Paulette, her biggest fan during that time, while Very Carey and Heat Wave were searching, and Very Carey was actually attending to something very personal in her own life during this time, and she pulled away when she could to try to assist Tracy to get out of jail, trying to procure a person in the state where they wouldn't have to pay the whole bond, just 10% of the bond. All of this while she's going through her own personal things. And where was Paulette? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found during this period of time. So, Paulette, you have some questions for me in Yaya's chat about why I wasn't trying to find the mole. Okay, so Okay, let's finish this one at a time.
It's
Okay,
just
Miss Toby
amazing to
dropped it
me.
off. This
It's amazing to me that when because someone laughed about somebody, I ain't laughed about none of these people going to jail because I don't think jail is a place for us, especially not for no bullshit on YouTube. And y'all keep going back to about VS's past discretions that she did with people. That ain't have shit to do with what happened to her that day at IHOP. Nothing. Only thing
exactly.
she did wrong was she should have hit that bitch when she sat down at that table. And if you don't cut it out with
Mm-hmm.
these goddamn you and
Hit
these
her at the wrong
banners,
time. Hit her at the wrong time. That's all I'm saying. Hey,
that was her
Sean, what's going on?
only thing she did.
Hey
She
y'all.
should have just
Hopefully y'all
not
can hear
hit her
me.
at all. There was no right time. If she would have put her
Oh
hands
yes,
on
it
her,
was when
they
she
was
set her
gonna
It
ass
was
stand
the
at
in.
that
right
table.
time.
It
It
was
was
the
the right
right
time.
time when she set
She
her
should.
ass at that table because she had no business being there. The woman told her to leave her the fuck alone, and you came up there anyway. Hell no, she should have
Paulette.
clocked her ass at that table.
But she got
Paulette.
the same results either way, though.
Hold on one second. Who is this? Hello,
Ooh,
Paulette.
child.
Hold
Hey,
on
Miss
one minute.
These
Harris.
are
Okay.
hilarious.
All right. All
Hey,
right.
Ashley.
Ooh, child. Now, so Paulette comes up with the ooh child. See, nobody up there knows why Paulette is in the ooh child mood. So let's find out.
Ooh, child.
Sean, hold on, Miss Paulette. One second. Let me see. Sean was next, and then you, Miss Paulette.
Okay. Hey guys, thanks for keep
What's
having me up
going
here.
on, man?
Okay.
Let everybody get through it.
Okay.
Okay, so I would say it like this.
Okay, I'm going
I
on
agree
mute.
completely with Face Yaya. Nobody should be going to jail behind words, especially when you're actively harassing somebody and trying to get them to fight. And I'm just gonna come out and say it. S. Hutchinson is behind this bullshit. She done had people call CPS on folks like myself and everybody else. She do all kind of shit and hide her goddamn hand. And Benzo ain't nothing but a goddamn do girl, if you ask me. And when the
Mm-hmm.
tables turn, we gonna be sitting back watching because what does Jay Dunn mouth got to do with anybody? What does Jay Dunn relationship with Bambi got to do with anybody on here?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. We all talk mess. We all talk shit. And you hoes running to the police need to get out of the goddamn set because you're ruining it.
And when the tables are turned, do we not think that everything that Benzone did behind the scenes with these people is going to be spilled out here against her?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me answer this person. You got a screen name. Jay Dunn is getting a mug shot soon. It was bodily harm threatened, and it was on Brianna's panel. She threatened Benz if she came to the cruise. No, she didn't. Benz challenged her to a physical fight for money on top of it. When Jay Dunn said to that challenge, no, I'm not fighting anyone. So can somebody well, I'm gonna let you stay because you may have some more bullshit to say. But go ahead, Miss Paulette. Now you're listening to me say these things. Uh I think this was after. Yeah, this was after Jay Dunn had came on my Christmas Reef channel and showed her ass and flooded my chat and all of this, and I wasn't even fucking with Jay Dunn. But see, I'm woman enough to try to look at things based upon the situations at hand, the facts that we know at hand, and try to discuss things without putting my biases in it. Okay, let's go. Miss Paulette?
Well,
When it's gonna drop down,
I've
thank
been
y'all. Bye
thrown
y'all.
into this.
All right,
I've
thank
been
you,
thrown
Sean.
into this. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I've been thrown into this. Okay, like when this situation happened with Beans and Jay Dunn, which I didn't see any of that. I don't know nothing about what went on. Shelly had a live. And
Okay, she's been thrown into this. Up until this point, nobody has said anything about Paulette. So she's telling us she's been thrown into this. So she's giving us information that we have never heard. Here we go.
she asked me and Beans, and I think Kimmy, to stay on YouTube after the live was over. She needed to talk to us about something. Okay, while we was back there, Jay Dunn screenshotted some things that was, I don't know how they do that, whatever they be doing when they screenshot backstage.
Of course, you don't know how they do it because you're not intelligent. How she did it was at the very end of the live, the link was still pinned, and she grabbed the link and she hit the link, and she was waiting backstage. And if someone, whoever live I think it was Shelly's live, if Shelly had looked down, she would have been able to see that Jay Dunn was back there waiting in the backstage. But I don't know anything about what happened with Ben, but I don't know. Okay, here we go. Let's go.
And what we were discussing, they asked me about the problems I had with Jay Dunn, and I told them, and Ben said what she had to say. Shelly had
what she had to say.
Well, I can't say nothing about that because I was told not to.
Wait a minute. Who's stuttering now? I can't say nothing about that because I was. Who's stuttering now? Exactly who's stuttering now? You old bitch. Let's go.
That's gonna come out on the police report.
Okay. What? Okay, that's gonna come out on the police report. Okay, more information.
It's gonna be like that. It's gonna come out. Whatever it is.
Go ahead.
Which I don't know. I don't know, girl, what the girl charged her with. I ain't got a clue. Okay, and see, Jay Dunn seen us back there. In that meeting, because she, some kind of way, she be sneaking in the, when they stay after the lab.
Wait a minute. When they, who's stuttering, bitch? Who is stuttering, bitch? Okay, let's go.
She hit the clink some kind of way, and she wound up in them. And so then the meeting was over. And then she came back on YouTube, and she was telling people that me, Kimmy, Shelly, and Benz were out to get her. But I'm not out to get her.
Okay. Notice the key words. She told somebody that me, Shelly, and Kimmy and Benz were out to get her. Let's be clear. Now the story is that Jay Dunn ran over to Breeze and said that they were conspiring against her. See, that what she's saying now is something totally different than what she's running around on every panel saying that somebody said that there was a conspiracy against her and Jay Dunn started it right after this. What happened was it was going back and forth for a little while. Sean Bradley made a video to Jay Dunn, and he was like, well, I'm just going to tell you, it seems like a conspiracy to me. So, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but, you should start collecting you some evidence because this looks like a conspiracy. So that's where the conspiracy came from. But she's running around saying Ronnie Q bought up that, Jay Dunn bought up that, and they would beat me over the head with it. Let's finish.
Well, like and she been telling everybody that we trying to get her locked up. It's a group of us and blah, blah, blah. I ain't no group of.
Okay. So she's telling everybody she's trying to get us locked up. So let's understand why Paulette is back there. They wanted to know what Jay Dunn had done to Paulette. And Paulette said the reason she was back there and what she had to tell them was Jay Dunn threatened to dox her. So Jay Dunn's out here saying we trying to get her locked up, and she's saying it like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But bitch, you called her probation officer in an attempt to get her locked up. That's what you did. It wasn't ridiculous. You actually did that. You actually called her probation officer. Why? To get her locked up. But you didn't say you said you had warned her if she does something else, but you actually called the probation officer without her doing something else to get her locked up. You lying, simple ass bitch.
With nobody.
But
I handle my own business.
So did you have anything to say in that conversation? Hold on. I may have stepped on this. I want you guys to hear her say she handles her own business and she wasn't going with anybody.
And then she came back on YouTube and she was telling people that me, Kimmy, Shelly, and Beans were out to get her. But I'm not out to get her. But like, and she was been telling everybody that we trying to get her locked up. It's a group of us and blah, blah, blah. I ain't no group with nobody.
But
I
did you have
handle my own business.
So did you have anything to say in that conversation? Did you have anything to say in that conversation, the meeting after the show? When you were backstage with them after the live was over? Were you in on the conversation? So is maybe that why she grouped you in there as well?
Probably.
She got a delay.
Because they asked me what
Probably. See, so she wants to say, I'm not a group of no one. I'm not in a group with no one. And you see how long it took this blabbering bitch to even answer that question? Probably. Okay. So you wasn't after Jay Dunn. You wound up calling her probation officer anyway. I ain't trying to get Jay Dunn locked up. That's what she just said. She wasn't trying to get Jay Dunn locked up. But the bitch went and later called her probation officer and never said that she said anything else to her after she told her, you threatened to dox me, and if you do something else, I'm gonna call the authorities on you. But she called anyway. Let's go.
But the issue me and Jay Dunn was having. Told.
But okay, so this issue,
pretty all I say.
So this issue that you and Jay Dunn,
let them know if she,
I'm sorry, you go keep going.
No, I'm through talking. I was listening to you.
I stepped on you. This issue that you have, so everybody back there had an issue with Jay Dunn, and so they were asking you, so what's your issue? What's your issue? What's your issue? Was it like that, Miss Paulette?
Well, it was seen on YouTube and it was discussed, so they knew my issue. And then it kept going.
Okay.
The issue kept going after me and Jay Dunn got into it over there on Nikolai. And I told her, because she was saying something about doxing, and I know she doxed. And I told her, bitch, you on probation. I heard everything you said, and I don't take threats lightly. And I will contact your probation officer because, bitch, you still on probation. Well, they got a whirlwind going on YouTube. Everywhere I'm going, putting the police on her, and you trying to get her locked up. No, I was not trying to get her locked up. I wanted her to back the hell up off me and don't say nothing else to me. Me and you ain't cool. I know you don't like me, and I really don't care for you.
But you said that after that meeting that Jay Dunn snuck in, that you guys were behind the scenes, that she came out and said that all of you guys who were in that meeting was trying to get her locked up. But you don't want to disclose what was said in that meeting that happened behind the scenes. So it was you and who else? Wait a minute. It was you and who else behind the scenes? Okay, but who was behind the scenes in that meeting, Miss Paulette?
It was me, Kimmy, and Shelly. Beans on.
Okay, there we go.
When the live went off, it was me, Shelly, Benzone, and Kimmy. And we, they was asking, what was your problem with it? What is your problem with it? What is your problem with it? Each one of us told what the problem was. And then after,
so can I ask?
And so that meeting.
Go ahead.
We didn't do nothing else. We never have been in the meeting again at all. I ain't discussed nothing with them ladies, and we just speak in chats. That's it. I don't talk to nobody. I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, after the thing was that when me and Jay Dunn got into it over there. Well, let me tell you, the first thing happened. when I was in the chats, how we chat back and forth, I speak to everybody. But one day Jay Dunn told me, do not speak to me anymore because you was talking about me or something. And I told her, fine. I hadn't spoke to her in like a year and a half. And it's other people that they tell me don't speak to them, I don't speak to them. Or you can just say, Paulette, don't speak to me, and I won't speak to you. And so, she's not the only one. So I ain't got no problem. I won't speak to you no more. Well, a year and a half later, then the shit happened on Nika's. Now I ain't been talking to you, I ain't been messing with you, and you ain't been messing with me. And the reason I went up on Nika panel that day is because Jay Dunn had held the live up like for 2 hours, and she was trying to get it where Nika would agree with her because Beasley wanted to hit the link and Pizarro was up there or something like that. And she was telling Nika didn't let Beasley come up because Pizarro was up there. And then she let him, Pizarro got down and she let Beasley come up briefly. And she said, I can't let you be up here because this is Pizarro time. I'll holler at you. She did it just that quick and dropped him. No, he was trying to ask, and I don't understand this rule and all that. You know how they give you a hard time with that. And Nika just wouldn't discuss it no more with him. And he went on and left. Well, Jay Dunn, it was like the next day or something. She had
to this comment, vibes is being discussed now because this is my channel and this is what I'm discussing. You're more than welcome to leave if you don't want to hear what's being discussed on my channel at any time that you choose to. That's why.
Been going in Nika for 2 hours saying the same thing 100 different ways. But I think it would be a great opportunity for you. And why you don't know what opportunity you're missing. Nick was saying, I'm not gonna interview that man. If you want to, if he's such important to you, you interview him. But I ain't messing with that. And she just kept going on and on and on. And so I hit the link and I said, Nika, are you you sound just down, sound beat down. Are you having a good day? And she said, I was, but I'm not having a good day now. I said, well, what is the problem? Whatever's giving you a bad time, making you get in this messed up mood where you like blah. I said, let's talk about something else. Well, we started talking about something else, and then Jay Dunn jumped back in it again, and she back with the Beasley shit. How many times a person got to answer this question? You saying the same thing, which y'all have seen her do that on panel, take up the whole damn live. And so I can't think of what happened, but my son's dad was here because my kids and grandkids was going on a cruise, and he was here with me.
Your son's dad was there? Your baby daddy? Not your husband? You don't have a husband. You don't have somebody who's claiming you. So now you walking around these YouTube streets talking about me and Ronnie Q's husband is screwing because you sitting up here with a whole baby daddy, you old fucking unwanted, unloved, unclaimed piece of merchandise, bitch. You sitting up here, you talking about you screwing Shelly's husband and Ronnie Q's husband because you ain't nothing but a common ass bastard shitter outer. Okay, let's go.
To sell him off. And he came in the room and he said something to me, and I said something back on him. I thought I was on mute. And Jay Dunn said something about Paulette. Oh, I know your full name now. And it was like, that's how you can get doxxed. And then I just cussed out and I told her, I said, bitch, you don't threaten me. And I don't take lightly the threats. You call yourself there and to dox me. And then she,
right.
Nick, you hear her? She talking to me and this and that. I ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Okay. So, hold on. 1 second.
You call yourself there and to dox me.
You call yourself who's stuttering? You call yourself who's stuttering, bitch? Who is stuttering? Is that you stuttering, bitch? So your little Ronnie Q stuttering and stuttering. Who's stuttering, bitch? Okay, let's go.
And then she,
Right.
Nick, you hear her? She talking to me and this and that. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. I done said what I had to say.
Well, let me ask you.
Going on probation, bitch, not me. And I can call your
Well,
PO.
let me ask you this,
But
Paulette.
after that, everybody started everywhere I go. They were saying that, I'm listening.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, so if they or anybody or the person who has in Alabama and or Florida come to you and ask you to can you write a statement of what Jay Dunn did to you, would you do it or not? That's all I want. That's my question. Or would you rather not answer?
There has been announcements made on you that if anybody wanted to write a letter like for this case.
I ain't never heard of this announcement. There have been announcements made on YouTube if anybody want to write a letter for this case. Who heard this announcement? Okay, maybe the people that Paulette is in good tight circles with heard this announcement, but I never heard that announcement. I never heard anything about this. Remember, this is the first day that this story has hit the YouTube streets. But now Miss Paulette wants us to believe that there has been announcements on YouTube if anybody want to write letters about Jay Dunn. She's a liar.
Case, and it's been people say it on live. If you and they live and they say, well, if you have a problem with Jay Dunn, if she ever did something to you, if you want to write a letter, blah blah blah. I ain't wrote no letter.
You want to write a letter for what? Why would they want to write a letter? It had been lives done and they said if she's done something to you and you want to write a letter, blah, blah, blah. What I don't want to write anything for blah, blah, blah. If I'm writing something, I'm going to write something for a reason. What would be the reason since this is the first day it hit the street and like you guys were the only one who knew it was going to hit the street, including Jay Wilson. How were people solicited to write these letters for blah, blah, blah when they didn't even know blah, blah, blah was going to be happening? What blah, blah, blah were they writing the letters for? For what reason and to whom? Okay. So, okay, let's go. Finish this up.
Now, I'm just speaking for Paulette. Paulette ain't wrote
okay,
no
that's just my question. So the horn has so the horn has been blasted that if you want to write a letter a la intrinsic and trotting your ass up on panels 3 years later after you done wrote this letter because that's the only relevance you have to be in the beef sector with your black sector scandalous ass, you can write a letter. Now, see, I'm thinking that she's saying that you can write a letter now. What she said, it had already been broadcasted that they could write a letter. And she said she wasn't writing a letter. So now she's walking all around on YouTube talking about Ronnie Q said that I wrote a letter. No, Ronnie Q clearly asks you, were you writing a letter? I don't have no reason to lie. It's not in me to sit up here and lie and try to defame someone's character. See, because I put a great pride and stock in my character. See, I'm not a motherfucker who's out here lying on people just to lie. And this bitch has been walking around here for the past 3 days and why we talking about this shit? But you didn't ask why we was talking about it when Paulette was sitting up there talking about I was banging her head about this and I said she wrote letters and I kept on getting on her with it about this. I questioned her about something she brought to me. She brought this to me. I didn't bring shit to her. She brought this to me. And now she's out there defaming me, saying that I said this and I said that. All of nothing that I had said about this lying sack of shit.
It was like for anybody in the live. This wasn't no
Yeah.
backstage
Okay.
stuff. This was on live. I've been in,
Yeah,
several
because
lives that I've been in. That's been announced.
y- yeah, because intrinsic it's to my understanding took it upon herself to write a letter to about her last court case, and she walks around boasting like a rooster with their chest poked out that she was the one who was instrumental in helping getting that done. Now, see, I didn't care for intrinsic. I don't know if you guys don't know this, but I didn't care for her at that point. The pictures and what she did was wrong, but intrinsic also had pictures put out, but how come she didn't file her own case? I mean, she can be a character witness to that happening to her. It's just like a lot of people just want to get in on this because of how they feel about her or whatever. Now she said she know your name, but she say your name out loud? Or she said I just know your
Nope,
name?
nope, she didn't. She didn't say it on that.
Okay.
On that.
Okay. So Paulette said that uh Jay Dunn said I know your name. So now did she say your name? I can say I know your name. Very Carey, I know your name. Who else is in here? I know your name. Beans and cornbread, I know your name. S. Hutchinson, I know your name. I don't know your name. And see, let's be clear. I didn't even like Jay Dunn at this point, but I'm trying to understand, like everybody else is trying to understand what the heck was going on at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna drop my link. Um, Now here we are today. Let me drop my link if anybody want to hit the panel. And here we are today. And I'm going to drop the link to this video if you want to hear the conclusion. Uh, why it may sound like I'm on Jay Dunn's side, I wasn't on her side. I was just trying to get clarity. See, because a lot of people thought that I was on BS's side when VS got locked up. I wasn't on VS's side. I was just saying different things to the people was who said, well, she need to get locked up for all the other things she did. And I was just saying my part as black people are always overcharged by the judicial system anyway. So I didn't think that people should think that it's okay to overcharge people. See, I am always on the side of what happens to us as a collective, but I see a lot of people really don't give a fuck. So a lot of people think it's okay to just cheer it on because somebody did something in the past, but that's not what they're getting arrested for. So I got a lot of flack for saying these types of things, and people thinking I'm taking up for somebody who didn't even talk to me or even let me in their chat when all this happened. But I am who I am, and this is who I am. So if anybody want to hit the link, because I find it awful strange now that this what do they call this gate, the secret room gate has come out, that now Paulette is all of a sudden thinking that she has a point to prove to me, and I'm in Ronnie Q's ass because she was on me and she wouldn't let me breathe and she wouldn't let up about this, and she kept on bothering me about this, even all over on my hair. Yeah, I said something when you were over on my hair lying. Yes, I did, because you're known to be a liar. And then I got wind that she was over on Lady Nika's channel, and I heard the things that she was saying, and she was just sitting up there lying and saying that she's going to continue to do this. to lie. I went to Mahea's channel and I had a couple of minutes before my very own live, and I went over there, and New Era King, who's not even in the beef sector, is up there saying that, oh yeah, someone named Jazzy, she's in the group, and I heard this, that, and the other was going on in the group. And right as I entered, Paulette was, yeah, well, Broadway, he just ended his live. So, you need to tell him to send you a copy of it. And then somebody on the panel was like, he didn't end his life. He's still alive. Oh, well, wait a minute. Let me go over there. And then New Era King with his, mishmash of talking about, yeah, I heard they was doing something to everybody. They was doing this, that, and the other to everybody and that. And then so I hit the link and I said, that's true. I said, who is Jazzy? Who is Jazzy? Nobody knows Jazzy wasn't in no group, and nobody's said no Jazzy was in the group. And then Maheo, of course, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He takes the opportunity. Ryan Q, you know about the group. Well, what happened in the group? And I said, nothing happened in the group. They shared videos and, they talked to each other, and, that's all that happened. I said, it wasn't nothing spectacular that happened in that group. And then I get down, and then here comes Paulette. Ronnie Q, you act like you didn't see me in Fake Yaya. I asked you, was you gonna try to find the mole, and you ignored me. Now, anybody who was in Face Yaya chat, she had between 14 and 1,600 people in her chat, and that chat was going fast, even though they had put it on slow motion. So I was supposed to have seen Paulette Waters question me if I was going to find the mole. And when I'm sitting up there giving RNY the business, because I am clear right now that I have a speculation, and I do have a strong feeling that none other than her is the mole, because when she volunteered to give Yaya her whole thread of talks to Yaya, she didn't say if it was an email or a phone text thread. And I went in the back and I asked, is it an email or a phone text thread? Come to find out, it wasn't an IG or a phone text. It's come to find out it was an IG. And in that IG text thread, it was a call in the text thread that she had talked to Demon Soul for like over an hour. But she didn't want to disclose that. She fucked up when she sent that. And then she turns around the next day and then I talk about it for 2 days, my next 2 mornings, that she had fucked up and sent that. And I said, I bet she's going to try to pretend like, well, no one asked me if it was an IG call. I did go in the back and told them to ask, but for some reason they didn't ask. It was a lot going on. I did write that in the back chat and for them to ask her that, because I knew she was going to do it. And I am so glad that my very next lives, I came out and I said, watch, she's going to play semantics with whether it was a telephone call or a call over Instagram on her tablet, on her computer. I said, watch, she's going to do that. And then she goes on Pizarro the very 2 days later and said, you know what? I listened to Ronnie Q and I had to chuckle because Ronnie Q asked me, did I have the Miss O's phone number? And no, I didn't have her phone number. I talked to her through Instagram. So bitch, you listened to me say that you were going to do that, and you had to chuckle, and then you came out and did exactly what I said you was going to do, because there was no way around it, because you had already sent it out to Yaya. So you thought you was doing one on me. But then what did I do? I played Yaya's live where Ronnie Q ain't never asked you a motherfucking question about no phone calls, no nothing. I ain't never asked her. This bitch sat up there and did a word salad and heard me say that I bet you she's gonna say, well, technically, it wasn't a phone call, it was an IG call. A call is a motherfucking call. But then she tried to cover it up and say Ronnie Q, who never asked her anything, wasn't even on the panel when she was sending those messages. Then she gonna say, Ronnie Q asked me if it was if I knew the Miss O's number. See, I already had my motherfucking foot on the neck of the snake who is the motherfucking mole. You retarded bitch, Paulette. What the fuck you in there asking me questions for when I'm already stumping a mud hole in the flabby ass bitch who was the mole, you stupid hoe? Okay, so now she's walking around. Ronnie Q's doing this. Ronnie Q's doing that. I'm screwing Ronnie Q's husband. Ronnie Q's a doxer. They were over there doxing people. Who even said, okay, of all the allegations that came out, doxing was not one. Chat Rep decided to bring her ass over to Mahia. Oh, I got a list of the people whose names in it, and I heard they was doxing in there. Where'd you hear that at? Where'd you hear that at? Then Brenda from Mo 3 Sector said, well, that doesn't make any sense to me because, of course, when I go up there to refute it, he allows them to talk all over me like they're slow. See, the reason people talk all over you because they don't want you to be heard. But bitches, I have a channel. I don't need to be heard on Mahia's channel. I have my own channel. They did that all that slow, retarded Paulette just yelling and talking over me. And the simple fact that they did get quiet for Brenda. She said that doesn't make any sense. If the group was going on for 9 months and they were doxing, it seems that some doxing information or something would have happened, something would have moved. They would have been doxing for a reason. So then they tried to pussy pop on that with Brenda. And then I had to leave and do my live. I don't know how that all ended. I had to leave and do my live. And so now Paulette comes out yesterday and she has added doxing to the list of lies that she said the people in the group was doing because she heard chat rep go up there and tell that Ronnie Q, I think you the mo, you doxing people. And then so Paulette, let me tell you one thing. Bitch, this is motherfucking YouTube, you dumb hoe. I ain't bring up your motherfucking bastard kids who's shitting out all them bastard grandkids that you gotta babysit because you motherfucking bitches are too poor to afford childcare, hoe. Don't ever talk about my motherfucking husband for no YouTube fodder and no YouTube bullshit because bitch, my husband ain't on YouTube, just like them bastard grandkids and kids of yours is not on YouTube, bitch. Everybody already know you can't get a story straight for you to add a lie on top of it don't mean a goddamn thing. Now let me let you hear what she said about Shelly. We're gonna do this real quick. Let me put my banner up real quick. Let me okay. Good morning, AKD. Good morning, Barn Dog. How you doing? Okay, let me see if I'm missing any other messages. Shelly, this LVN is all of you. I'm booking my flight. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Miss Toby, how you doing? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Sheffy needs to stop playing with people's names and lying on them. That shit is dangerous. That shit is very dangerous. That shit is very dangerous. Trust and believe. That shit is very, very dangerous. Hey, sophisticated Brad, how are you doing? Number 195 on the like. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. Okay, so big set. Okay, thank you and peace and multiple blessings to you. So let me tell you, Shelly, this is why I wanted you to come over here because see, when a motherfucker talks, you know, a motherfucker is at a point where they call themselves telling the truth, but then they get caught up because their truth is a motherfucking lie. So let me tell you the lie that she spun on you yesterday. Okay, here we go. In Pizarro's chat last night, she's going from chat to chat to chat. And additionally, and see, this is another thing, defamation. Okay. This is the point of defamation. This bitch actually sat up there and said Ronnie Q was the one who was taking screenshots and putting them on Lipstick Alley. So, bitch, we can go to court and we can see all of anything Ronnie Q ever posted in Lipstick Alley, we can have all that subpoenaed and to see if what you said adds up, bitch. You ain't scared nobody with that shit, bitch. We can have all of everything Ronnie Q wrote on Lipstick Alley deleted on Lipstick Alley. Whatever she did on Lipstick Alley, bitch, I ain't got no fear. But this bitch had the audacity and the gall to say she was even taking pictures of those people's children and using them and posting them on Lipstick Alley. That's what the bitch said. See now see this shit. See this bitch has taken a whole lot of shit way too far because she decided to jump on my motherfucking channel and run her motherfucking mouth about being the snake bitch she is and not liking the fact that I let her know that you a snake ass bitch, Paulette. That was some real fucked up shit you did. Now you sitting up there trying to poke your chest out about being a narc ass bitch, about calling somebody's parole officer over absolutely nothing because she didn't say that she knew your name, and you didn't say that she actually attempted to dox you, but you chose to call her probation officer to get her put in jail. So if you do it to one, it ain't about Jay Dunn. It's about your lack of character, bitch. And then she sat on Pizarro's channel talking about, I've been trying to get Tracy to go live, but I couldn't get her to go live. But we just left a Zoom. So, bitch, you just left a what? You just left a Zoom with Tracy? You mean to tell me that you over there in a private meeting with Tracy? You telling me, Paulette, you over in a private meeting? Well, what y'all talking about over there in them meetings? Because we know y'all docs we know Tracy docs. We know you sit up under Tracy when she put nooses around babies' heads and maggots all over their body and post them to her community wall. You also saw MU in Mahaya's chat this morning, and then you said, what you doing in here? And start talking all under that woman's clothes about how hairy her kulala is and asked her, what did she do? Did you prop your legs open like this? Did you prop your legs open like that? This is what she said this morning about MU, who was in the chat chatting. This she looked down and saw her, and this is what that vulgar old nasty bitch had to say. Do you hear me? And then she goes, that's why Tracy posted your pictures on her community wall. That's what Paulette said this morning. That's why Tracy posted your pictures on her community wall. This old bitch actually had the audacity to fucking act like whatever this girl did in her personal life, that's why Tracy, what is why? What's why Tracy? But I thought Tracy was hacked. But I thought Tracy's was hacked. That's what the bitch said this morning. Let me play this. This is my last little clip that I want to let you hear this double talking lying asshole say. Okay. Oops, I did I clear that? Wait a minute. Let me reshare that. Oh, Lady Snoop, I got something for you too. Okay, let's be. I ain't even in this chat. I get an alert to go over to this chat. So okay, let's go. Let me share this. Okay, so Lady Snoop, yeah, we gonna see you too.
40.
Oh, Angie, you 63? Yeah.
Okay, come through. It's a lot of beautiful women of particular ages in this audience that even if they don't like me or
Okay, let me expand this. See, this is what you see on the chat that this fat bitch wrote. in the chat?
Not they still ain't asserting themselves.
Is why I was alerted to go over to this chat.
Nobody fucking
Paulette
business
is
that's
over
younger
there.
than them.
Paulette is over there saying that she screwed Ronnie Q's husband. Look at the
No,
message.
it's just the simple fact that Ronnie Q is disrespectful and think
Very
that she
much
can
so.
tell somebody about them. But yet have people out here really coming at her throat like hoes with hearts, and she ain't got shit to say.
And ain't no smoke.
Okay, so when do you believe anybody came at Ronnie Q and Ronnie Q ain't had shit to say? Okay, we ain't even got to bother with that one. Next.
None whatsoever. They got Miss Paulette.
Hey, Miss Paulette.
Where that stuttering bitch go?
Come through, Miss Paulette. Let
Where
me
that
hold. I'm gonna hold the
stuttering
purse.
bitch
Get
go?
you a drink. Let's
You mad because
motherfucking
I
go.
said I had sex with your husband.
Oh,
Is that why you came over here running cute? Huh? And Shelly, I had sex with your husband too. I sure did. Because you didn't correct that lie you told earlier on this panel. When you brought your ass up here and say, I want to discuss in them meetings y'all have. When the receipts was put out on YouTube. And Teresa showed another YouTube from Patreon.
Okay, so she's saying that she is saying that she had intercourse with Shelly's husband as well because Shelly didn't come out and clear her name. Hold on. I apologize. I spilled my soda. Okay. Let me finish this up. Now, can you guys hear me? Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can. Yeah, oops. Okay, so I guess you can hear me. So let me finish this up where we're going to catch her, lying when she's actually thinks she's trying to tell the truth. Let me go to this timestamp and I'm going to give you guys the link to this video too. She went in on Miss Toby, all types of stuff. It's just, okay, 2 hours and 24 minutes. Okay, let's hear how she lies on Shelly. Uh-oh. Maybe it's right here. Maybe it is right here.
On her live today. So I just thought I'd let you know I've been fucking your man too.
Ooh.
And look at these idiots sit up here and ask zero questions. Nothing to say. And then Pizarro is going to read something that Shelly says from the chat. Just let a liar come out and just say whatever. And don't it so uninquisitive as to try to understand, well, what in the heck is going on that you're sitting out here saying such disgusting lying things about these people?
We quiet and stuff. Paulette. Miss Paulette, you can't be fucking people husbands. We know she, girl, I'm leaving. I'll leave that the fuck alone.
Miss Paulette ain't playing.
No, she not.
She said, I'm taking your man. I took your man. He's mine.
With me, I'll take your man.
Hi.
Paulette.
Ooh, child, Brianna need to get it right. I didn't.
You kind of low, Miss
phone
Paulette.
I
Mommy,
didn't
you
say
low.
phone sex. We had regular sex.
Oh.
Now I'm getting off here now.
How did that happen?
She's talking about me. Brianna said, Paulette said we're having phone sex. So she comes up there to do her big one. Okay, let me see. Let me find this.
I sure did. Because you didn't correct that lie you told.
Oh,
Y'all say no, except for Miss Paulette, because you know Miss Paulette up there too with her.
But then you got to think about it. Everybody that's in that age bracket are all the same way. They don't fuck with you unless you fuck with them, Miss Pizarro. They may have their comments, but they not inserting themselves. I've never seen them do shit like this she's doing. None of them. And these are some OG as ladies that will fucking hang and bang with the best of them. They're not inserting themselves in y'all business, in our business. Ronnie Q, the only one that's out here doing this bullshit. And think.
Okay. Okay, you silly ass bitch. See, why this bony ass bitch is mad? This bony ass bitch is mad because remember she was gonna have that open dialogue, that open chat where everybody can come up and ask her questions. And Ronnie Q came up there and started asking her a few questions. And she got madder and madder and madder with every question that Ronnie Q asked her. So bitch, you did tell somebody to come and get in your business. But Ronnie Q's the only one who get in people's business. No, bitch, what Ronnie Q did, she got into the lies that you were sitting up there telling, and that whole little town hall meeting that you called yourself throwing was an abject failure, and you felt like the fool that you always look like trying to chase some motherfucking dick, bitch. I'm old, bitch. You about 47, bitch, and you can't even spell 2-syllable words, ho. And you sitting up here, bitch, you seem like you would have better things to do with your motherfucking time than to try to play with me, because you know this is not the playground for a silly ass bitch like you, Lady Snoop. And then she had the nerves to say that I think she lives in Inglewood. I can come see you. Okay. Wherever you think I live, come see me, bitch. Wherever it is you think I live, come see me. Come see me, bitch. Girl, you have got to be out of your everlasting mind. I had the wrong video. Okay, here's the right video. I apologize. It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes for the Shelly part.
Know what it was about, but her and Kimmy, they had been texting each other because they used to be friends.
Yes, they did. Yes.
In some kind of way, Shelly said, "Fuck Paulette," because it was gonna be like I was up there telling on some stuff. I was telling on some stuff I wasn't supposed to be telling, I guess.
Now, you heard her say they were supposed to be friends, her and Kimmy. Then she's talking about those Discord messages. Let me go back a hair so you guys can be clear. Now she's lying on Shelly. Now, Shelly already said that these Discord messages had absolutely nothing to do with Paulette. But here is Paulette up here lying and getting her story wrong on top of it. So let's hear this dumb bitch.
But see, they was talking about Paulette. They was talking about Paulette in there. They was saying stuff. They putting Paulette's name in it. But these people on YouTube streets, like
But Paulette, Shelly said that ain't true. Nobody brought you up in that.
I don't care what Shelly said. I don't care why she wasn't saying nothing back then. When all this shit was going on. When them receipts was getting dropped.
What was she supposed to say?
Why come you weren't saying nothing? Shelly?
Well, if the receipts were getting dropped and your name was in it, what is there to say, bitch? Well, if the receipts were getting dropped when your name was in it, how come you ain't dropping them same receipts instead of sitting up here talking in that ignorant ass, whispering ass voice, still sounding loud as a motherfucker? How come you ain't dropped this receipts that have your name in it? But you expect Shelly to say something when receipts was dropped, and now all of a sudden your name was in it. But Shelly didn't say nothing, so now you saying you fucking her husband? Well, if the receipts was dropped, your name was in it, so you say, surely you took a screenshot. Surely your resident doxer Tracy took a screenshot and showed the receipts where, okay, this happened. Let's go.
What's to say?
Because she was saying fuck Paulette and all kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. I know that part.
Well, you know what I'm saying? She was saying fuck Paulette.
She was.
Yeah, her and Kimmy was having a conversation back and forth. Now, this was on some text. Because I think they got mad because I went over there on Run and Q live. I don't know what it was about.
You know what it's about. You know what it was about. See, because they saw you come over there on my live and you was a motherfucking snake and they quit fucking with you. So now you're lying on them. That's what this is about. Let's be clear. We heard what you said on my live and we heard you give them up. So they quit fucking with you. And now you out here lying on them and talking about you sleeping with people's husbands and everything because you're a lying ass, tacky ass bitch who ain't never had a husband to sleep with herself. You just had somebody to skeet in you and had their foot halfway out the door before they motherfucker could pull their dick out you good, bitch. Let's go.
But her and Kimmy, they had been texting each other because they used to be friends.
Yes, they did. Yes.
In some kind of way, Shelly said, fuck Paulette, because it was going to be like I was up telling on some stuff. I was telling on some stuff I wasn't supposed to be telling, I guess.
Okay, now let's see this bitch trip herself up. You heard her say Shelly and Kimmy were texting each other. And then Shelly said, fuck Paulette. Let's go. Let's hear her fuck up. Here it comes.
But in them text messages, Shelly, you were saying fuck me.
Oh, she was.
Shelly, you were saying that. This ain't something I'm making up. I ain't got no reason to make this shit up. I'm just talking about the stuff. See, that was keeping it going. So they were keeping my name in this bullshit in it.
Now, exactly who heard anything about Paulette's name when those WhatsApp receipts were dropped? Who exactly remember Paulette's name being paramount during the period of time when those WhatsApp receipts were dropped? Paulette's name was never mentioned. She's talking about that's how they were keeping it up. They were keeping my name in it. Ain't nobody heard your name in shit about them goddamn WhatsApp receipts. You lying bitch.
Because y'all was texting fuck Paulette, I guess, because I went up on running. I don't know what the fuck. You got you.
No, you know. Wait a minute. Who's stuttering now? Who's stuttering now? I guess because I went up on Ronnie Q. I don't know who's stuttering. Hold on. Let me just a hair.
She was saying fuck Paulette.
She was. Oh,
yeah. Her and Kimmy was having a conversation back and forth. Now this was on some text. Because I think they got mad because I went over there on Ronnie Q live. I don't know what it was about. But her and Kimmy, they had been texting each other because they used to be friends.
Yes, they did. Yes.
In some kind of way, Shelly said, fuck Paulette, because it was gonna be like I was up there telling on some stuff. I was telling on some stuff I wasn't supposed to be telling, I guess.
You wasn't.
But in them text messages, Shelly, you were saying fuck me.
Oh, she was.
Shelly, you were saying that. This ain't something I'm making up. I ain't got no reason to make this shit up. I'm just talking about the stuff. See, that was keeping it going. So they were keeping my name in this book.
Now stutter for me, bitch.
Because y'all was texting fuck Paulette, I guess, because I went up on Ronnie. I don't know what the fuck. You ain't gonna admit to knowing nothing about it because you say you didn't do none of this stuff. But they showed them text message, and then they started showing that WhatsApp shit. And they were talking about Paulette in there too. But they was trying to say the people on the YouTube streets were saying I was up in that WhatsApp thing. And I kept saying,
who on the YouTube street said that? Somebody put a 1 in the chat if you heard Paulette was in those WhatsApps with the people on the street. Who are these people on the street? It's like the B sector built up maybe like 6,000-7,000 people. Who of these people on the streets was saying that Paulette's name was in the WhatsApps receipts? Let's go. I'm gonna come back. I don't see you now. I'm gonna look for these ones. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard. Put a 2 in the chat if you never heard Paulette's name being brought up in these WhatsApp receipts. I'm gonna come back and look for these numbers.
Y'all release some. What? Show Paulette typing in it. All I'm saying,
Kimmy wasn't in that WhatsApp situation.
Wasn't
Joyce
WhatsApp, but they were saying I was.
Now, she just said Kimmy wasn't in the WhatsApp receipts. Joyce was. That's what Pisshole just said.
Oh, I said Kimmy wasn't in the WhatsApp. Joyce
No,
was.
Kimmy, I'm not talking about Kimmy.
Oh,
you just said you was talking about Kimmy. Now all of a sudden, when Pizarro tells you this, you're not talking about Kimmy. See, Paulette is a funky ass liar. All right, I'm going to give you this video. You can peruse it at your leisure. She's a motherfucking insane liar. And let's be clear, the only reason that Paulette has been sitting on these panels spewing all this shit in the B sector, in the Mo 3 sector, they'll let anybody sit on there. Paulette is a staple over there on Mahea's channel, so that is par for the course for her to sit on his channel and get stories wrong and lie and get shit half wrong, half right. But let's be clear, the reason why she is on these panels now is to deflect from the real shit that is going on in the B sector. So you ain't never heard her name mentioned? You ain't never heard her name mentioned? Okay. I see 2s. Let me see if I see any 1s. That's Liz again. I'm listening. You ain't never heard her name mentioned. I only got 3 people who voted on that. So you guys ain't never heard Paulette's name of the 3 people who voted. You ain't never heard Paulette's name mentioned in those text messages that were dropped between Kimmy and Shelly, nor have you heard Paulette's name mentioned in those WhatsApp receipts that were dropped between Shelly and whoever else dropped those receipts. So let's be real clear. What is going on here? Is plain and simple defamation. See, while Paulette, you think you're playing a game, bitch, don't come out here and lie and say that I took any screenshots out of a chat, especially screenshots of somebody's children, and then took them and placed them on a different application apparatus. Don't you ever lie on me again, Paulette. I know you're gonna lie. I know you're gonna lie. But bitch, you really fucked up. I have it recorded of you lying. And the next person that have this bitch up there lying and defaming me, you're gonna get what's coming to you too. Because you gonna sit up there and give a motherfucking bitch avenue to say the most egregious, illegal shit on your channels. Okay, okay. And you're gonna deal with the repercussions of doing that shit. Don't fucking put me in no motherfucking bullshit about doing anything, taking any pictures of anybody's children and putting it nowhere, you lying ass bitch, because it ain't what you say, it's what you can prove. And it's also what you can prove in the court of law. And the bitch who making the accusation, it has the oneness to prove it. See, you motherfucking bitches are so stupid that you think that these motherfuckers down here on YouTube mean something. But bitch, you keep on and I'm gonna show you something that means something. So that's all I got. This bitch is out here being reckless and ignorant. I don't think she can help being ignorant, but you ain't gonna be reckless about my fucking reputation, bitch. That's what you not gonna do. And why all you silly bitches sitting up there glad that Paulette is out here spewing this bullshit because you sat up there and cake for another bitch who ain't showed not damn receipts, and y'all ran around with motherfucking making up lies and trying to position yourself to be the victim. Motherfuckers, you still in the same position that you was. A bunch of lying ass bitches who ain't never came with no receipts and sitting up here running your mouth about some shit that never happened by a jilted ass bitch who was in love with a gay man. Let's keep it real. Okay, so are there any questions? Are there any questions? Okay, there were two different groups, and I think you're meaning you don't know if Kimmy was in that one. And isn't a bone carrier a mole of some sort? Yeah, a bone carrier actually is a mole of all sorts. And she's sitting up there, Ronnie Q, you was in the secret group. Ronnie Q, yeah, how come you? Who am I supposed to report to on YouTube? Nobody gave me the assigned persons I was supposed to report anything I do to on YouTube. I'm grown, bitch. Who am I supposed to report to on YouTube? So Paulette, you in a secret meeting? You and Tracy over there? What y'all doing over there on Patreon? You in a secret group? You the mole, huh, Paulette? Because you came out and you told it on Pizarro's channel that you guys was over there in that group. And y'all, we know that Tracy's a doxer. So who was y'all doxing in that secret group, Paulette? Who was y'all doxing now, Paulette? Because we have it's factual. It ain't no guess that Tracy's a doxer. So who do you know? Who can you present any factual evidence of any person that you know or think that was in King Roman's news group was a doxer? Bitch, you better go sit down somewhere. With your tired ass. So that's all I came. Oh no, that ain't all I came to talk to you guys about today. Something real quick. I'm gonna do this real quick. I was over at Ness's last night, and Ness and Talon hit the link, and Talon had something real interesting to say as well. Did Uppity Negro Goddess of all people? It was a good conversation. They had the dude NBK and the non-binary dude hit Ness's panel. And that I don't know what it was that Uppity said in the chat, but the non-binary dude immediately starts talking down to her. I don't even know what she said, but start talking under her clothes. Didn't you just have your pussy out over there on so and so's channel? I heard that her and Room Shaker were doing something about an inner leg, inner thigh challenge. I did hear about it. I didn't see it. I don't even know whose channel that happened on. But then he said, "Didn't you? Wasn't you just over there showing your pussy with your pussy out?" Showing your pussy out over there with Room Shaker or some shit like that. So I was just like, now what makes this person feels so comfortable uh saying that to Uppity. I don't know what she said to him, but she then hit the panel and she said, like, how dare you talk to me like that? Yeah, and so I don't know what she said to him. The way her response was, it seemed as if, but you never know with Uppity. But I'm just gonna tell you how she presented, because I don't know what she said. But she presented as if, how dare you talk under my clothes? I didn't say anything to warrant that. And then there's a little back and forth with her, and then they get down. And then here comes NBK. He hits the link, and then Uppity came back, and Jay Dunn was also there. So they were asked. Jay Dunn was ribbing them about they wouldn't have a co-host if it wasn't for Ness, and it was shady of the non-binary guy to say, I don't give you no money. I gave you $5. And she was like, that was disrespectful. He's trying to let you know that he ain't got to give you nothing, and you doing all this for his channel, and he saying he ain't giving you no money. He gave you $5. He playing you to the curb. While he's giving other people, so they're counting the money. But Jay Dunn's contention was like, he's throwing you shade, like you ain't even worthy of no money. I ain't giving you nothing, bitch. You working for me. That's what she was saying. I ain't giving you nothing, bitch. You working for me, and you making it do what it do for me. Okay, so I thought that was a good point. I must admit, I thought that was a very good point. And then it dawned on me that Ness kind of thought about it and like, oh shit, you may be right. Well, don't worry about what I'm doing, because you're not part of my game plan. Oh no, Ness. Oh no, Ness. We can see that your face cracked a little bit at that comment and that observation, Ness. I saw your face crack, Ness, at that observation. And then you talked about your game plan that Jay Dunn wasn't invited to. And then Uppity Negro Goddess of all people got up there and made some real interesting but valid points. Uppity Negro Goddess said that let me see. She said oh, it's on the other side. She said, I had to write some of this down. She said it's awful curious that she was talking to the non-binary guy, and she said it's awful curious that you have over 16,000 people, and you're getting your very first AdSense check, and somebody had to walk you through to help you. She said you're supposed to have she don't call it a doctorate. She called it a doc something. She screws up the word doctorate. So in essence, she said, you're supposed to have a doctorate and you got 16,000 subscribers, but now it's just now that you're getting your first AdSense check. And to get that, you had to have other people to walk you through the process of signing up for AdSense to ensure that you would even get this first check. So I was like, oh, touche, Anthony. Touche. That's kind of interesting. 16,000 viewers, and this is the first 16,000 subscribers, and this is the first AdSense check. Well, I am saying it is definitely doing what it's supposed to do. And um Uppity also made a point that hmm what was her other point? She said, it's about the return in the investment. You're saying that you only gave Ness $5, and you made it a point to tell Ness that you only gave her $5. So, but what are you getting for that $5 that you're getting out of Ness? You obviously have never gotten an AdSense before messing around in this sector, and you just said that it is a plus to have Ness on your channel, but you gave her $5. So what type of return on the investment is that? And then Talent hits the link, and then Talent, kind of like, just pull the covers off and said, I'm done. I was playing with you bozos for a little while. That's his favorite word. I was playing with you bozos for a little while, but he just basically said that they're absolutely useless. He don't see why anybody in the sector would be bothered with them, and he saw the game plan long before they came over here. He also spoke about an occasion where when he said that, I was like, I remember him doing that. that. He was over at Host with Heart, and he cautioned people to be weary of these people who are going to come in the sector and try to do exactly what these guys have pulled off. He said, but they didn't listen. But oh well, but I'm just letting you know we see you. And he he said the binary dude, he had been trolling Talent said he had been trolling the binary dude, and he said, and well, he finally got enough of me, and he's blocked me because I was trolling him hard, and that's I thought that was an interesting conversation. So if you go over to Nessa's channel, the very end of the live, it was like a 4-hour live. If somebody can drop Nessa's chat in my link in my chat, you can go over and hear this little dialogue between these 4-5 people. Is very interesting, and it's at the end of her live. Is you'll see the non-binary guy, you'll see the MBK guy come up, and then you'll see Jay Dunn, Ness, and Talent. So and then of course the only way that MBK can come back, he's like, I know you're a bozo. You come from ZX, so I already know you're a bozo guy. So spare me all this stuff that you're talking. So Talent goes in on him. Doesn't call him anything harsher than a bozo. But then what happens? What happens? That's why the name of my video is called Out of Body. MBK totally lost it just because Talent said that I see you guys and I already called you guys at the door. And that dude got out of his body from Talent saying these little things to him, and he started, what it do, I don't play that shit, I'm this and I'm that motherfucker, I'll get at you, I mean, he wanted to fight Talent. He lost all calm, cool, and composure, and totally got out of his body. So we have talked about people who have gotten out of their bodies behind the truth. See, because I have not gone out here and slandered anybody, including Paulette. So she thought that just because this thing happened with King Roman News happened and did not see the fact that I was actually grilling the mole. See, because she is so ignorant, you have to tell her what's going on because she's not a smart woman. So well, how come you ain't looking for the mole when she's sitting in the live with between 14 and 1600 people and see me putting a foot in the mole's ass? So if you guys get an opportunity, go over to Ness's live, catch the end of the live, the last 5 people up there, and then here comes Shakeem in the middle of this one losing his whole mind, acting like a petulant child up there having a temper tantrum. And then here comes Shakeem with all this yelling, yeah, 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 and all this repeating the same word 3 and 4 times, and setting, totally deflecting from the whole situation. Of course, Talent had already dropped by then. And then here he comes, totally deflecting, making it about him. A whole fucking bozo circus. The whole lot of them are, in my opinion. It's just really, really pathetic at this point. So if you guys have not caught Nessa's live, I do recommend that you capture that exchange. Sometimes people, sometimes we all don't see the same thing, but sometimes we're not exposed to different thoughts and stuff. So we may go with the popular thing. Okay, I think so, Liz. What do you think? What are you thinking now? Okay, good morning. Good morning. Look who comes. She hears Talent. She hears me say Talent, and not a whole lot of cuss words after I say Talent, and then she come popping down. You're more than if you want. Do you want to hit the link, Sassy? I don't know if you saw that that conversation that Talent had with those people. But if you want to hit the link and say something about it that I may have missed, I thought that that was very interesting conversation because, like I said, while I dislike uppity and I despise Jay Dunn, they really brought some valid points to that conversation. And see, it's like people want to marginalize, try to play off as if they're nothing, as if they're nobody, totally got the best of them. When she said you got 16,000 people and if this is your first AdSense check and somebody had to walk you through how to even get it, are you kidding me? Sassy, that's you?
It's me. Good morning.
What's going on? Good morning.
Here I am just trying to pack my bags for my non-bougie self next trip this morning. And then you're throwing pot shots at me. I have been here for 30 minutes, bitch.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Did my talent imitation sound good?
It sounded really good. I was furiously texting him. Ronnie Q is mocking you. Ronnie Q is mocking you. Girl,
Okay.
listen, that live yesterday took me through eyebrowing appointment, a nail and feet appointment, going to CVS to pick up my mini stuff from a travel, going to get my Chinese food for dinner. I said, baby, this live, it took me through the whole day. Do you hear me?
I hear you,
baby. So yeah, I was there. It was so fun. I was like trying to order my Chinese, and then Langston hits the link, and I'm like, shit. So I had to roll it back. But that was typical, typical Langston. But he's listen, he did. He was fond of them. He was happy to see some straight men in the sector that he thought he could, go back and forth with. And then he's like, nah, this ain't even worth it. So what he said, is definitely true from what our real life conversation. So I just thought it was funny that he was saying it, and thought it was funny that MBK got out of his body. And did you hear that man call me a fake bougie? I said,
what? Yes.
I said,
yes.
The nerve of him. I thought that's all you
fake
got?
bougie girlfriend.
Yeah,
that's all. And let's see, this is the part I forgot to say. How they thought that you were talent's gateway into the beef sector, not knowing that talent had been here longer than you. That was the foolishness. Even Vic go, who is that guy? Who is that guy? They had no idea who Talent was, and they were like, "Oh, you're just somebody because you were dating that sassy person or that fake bougie person." They had no idea. They are so backwards, and you got beef sector people sitting over them, calling themselves giving beef sector commentary. That is the most bizarro shit in the world.
That is really what pisses me off, is the not correcting. So Uppity tried to correct it on the stage, right? But that was the only person. And then So Bomb was in the chat trying to correct it, but there was literally people trying to confirm it, like Femme Noir, who says she's been here, and she was confirming what they were saying. And I was like, if you had been here, then you can't confirm it. It's not an opinion. Then she said it was an opinion. I said, girl, don't write me no more dissertations because I'm not reading it, because you can't. It's not an opinion, honey. It's either factual or not. So
it either is or it's
not.
It's
not. And it's not. It's just not true. Like, it's just the weirdest shit that they just sit there like, yeah. And so all you're doing is confirming their delusions and their misthoughts. Like, what? You don't have to get in the middle of two men fighting, but why don't you say, well, actually, that's wrong. Langston was here. Now, technically, I was here, but you guys didn't know me because I was in the cloud. So it is absolutely true that he was here as far as sight before me.
He was a presence. He was a presence, and he was a known presence. Not only to content creators but subscribers alike. So let's okay, you could have been you were in the clouds, you say. I'm not saying you could have been. You were in the clouds, you said, but he was a known presence in the beef sector for a while.
Before you guys knew me. So it's not like you did confirm it. Yes, you did. And I'm not going to fight with you because you're not going to click a link. Yes, the fuck you did. You literally said, I knew Langston when as Sassy's boyfriend. I was like, okay, well, that's fine, but that's not true as far as that previous statement that he's only known because of me. So that's I'm
Yeah.
like, and then you kept fighting with me about it. But then I found out that you were Shakim's mod, and you know how you do, film. Next week you'll say something else. So I ain't fighting with you because you know you a flip-flopping ass motherfucker. That's just it on that. It's okay. It's girl. You the least person. I ain't fighting with you. But I was just like, come on now, y'all can't be calling yourselves truth tellers or wanting to, get the story straight. And something as simple as that correction until I was giving my opinion. It's not about an opinion. It's just factual. But aside from Langston or me or whoever else, I've seen them do this time and time again where I'm like, they're confirming these guys' guesses and they're not correcting them. And I'll be like, what is that about? That's weird to me.
And the simple fact that they call themselves giving beef sector commentary and they don't know the simplest thing about the beef sector. It's like, are you guys serious? Like, what are you guys looking for in this motherfucking commentary from these motherfuckers at this point?
Girl, honey, we have to deduct that they just want to hear a man's point of view, even if it's right, wrong, or indifferent. We have to deduct that they just are overly excited about new people. See, that's what I said on my live. I'm not really judging any of that because that's on them. But it's like at the point where they're either giving misinformation or they don't know what they're talking about. Wouldn't you guys feel the need to correct it, or at least not to placate it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's just kind of, that part is a little odd to me, because if this was my sector, I mean it is, but you know what I'm saying, if outside looking in, if this was my sector, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm cool with y'all, I like y'all, blah blah blah. Oh, wait. No. Ronnie Q's been here, is not new. Ronnie Q's been here a very long time. Ronnie Q is a staple in the beef sector, LSA. Like, I would feel a need to correct the misinformation, regardless if I liked them or not. So that part is really odd.
Yeah. And another thing about them is that, okay, so you really don't know the beef sector commentary. So you want to act as if, and you want to think that this is a fluff job. So what you're doing is you're kind of insulting my intelligence when I hear this stuff. So it makes me wonder what you think of the beef sector audience as a whole. Do you think that you can fluff your way through actual facts? It's like kind of insulting. And another thing is, if you want to give commentary that you are really up on and know, why aren't you incorporating commentary about you and your sector? You guys just bring these people in and then they just come with all of this talk about us and our sector. Well, how come you're not talking about your sector and what you really know about your sector? So I think that the reason they're not doing that is because it may not be suitable, or people in the beef sector may have a visceral reaction to who they really are. That's just,
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
a hypothesis.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's I think it's a factual hypothesis, because the little stuff that we do know, when it sneaks over, is either very, very complicated or it's damning, right? And so, yeah, this was the first group of people to come over who don't have anything to say on a regular basis about their own stuff, which that's like, if you just take it on a very basic foundational level, if you trying to get to know somebody and they only want to talk about your shit, that's just suspect in itself.
Exactly. You understand what I'm saying,
yeah,
girl?
It's just suspect in itself. Like somebody who just sits there and you're like, okay, so tell me about your family. And they're like, oh, I don't really want to talk about my family. Oh, okay, well, where do you work? Oh, I don't want to talk about where I work. Oh, okay, well, what are your hobbies? Oh, I'm only interested in your hobbies. You'd be like, well, damn, what the fuck? Okay, what is going on? So it's just
Can you imagine? Can you imagine this like being a first date and it's so one-sided, like you're sharing all your information and exactly what you're doing. Oh, I don't want to share my information. Can you imagine this? Somebody's in the back. It's Shelly. Hold on one second. I see you. So hey Shelly, how you doing?
Okay, good morning to you and Sassy. I'm gonna go on mute until you get done.
Okay, thanks for coming up. Okay, go ahead, Sassy.
No, you were giving the example of a first date.
Yeah, and can you imagine the first date where you're giving all your information, telling what you like, you dislike about your family, your job, all of this, and the other person is not disclosing anything? You would never go on the first date. They're so boring. They're so they're not intriguing. They maybe that would kind of scare me off. Like, who is this? A serial killer or something? Like, no, he's a weirdo. That's all I'm
Girl, I
saying.
mean, the two people, I mean, Code and what's his name, Shakim supposedly, well, not supposedly, both of them confirmed they call his job. Uh, I guess he supposedly gets on administrative leave or something nefarious happens. Then Code puts a 2-year restraining order on Shakim, and then now they're positioning themselves as a
Co-host.
co-host in a
Yeah.
united front in the beef sector.
Mhm.
Like, I understand people in the beef sector forgive each other for doing, crazy acts, but I had to put a 2-year restraining order on you, and now we cool. That shit is
And
weird. So
and they all
confirmed by both of
they
them.
like and
I'm sorry, Beans and Cornbread is asking.
they
I'm
brush
so
it off
sorry.
like it's something so little, and confirmed by whom? It confirmed by both of them. Yes. So they brush it off as like, oh, that was nothing, like, oh, we don't even need to talk about that. Yeah, we need to understand how that could happen. And you guys are co-hosting Shaquem, he's part of the fam. Like, excuse me, I need an explanation of how something like that could occur. How are you guys so cool? But no, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about any of it.
So Beans and Cornbread said confirmed by who? Confirmed by both of them as well as their entire sector. And Spam, if it's not true, I thought that there was paperwork on it. But if it's not true, then that means that they're like deep, dark liars, because both of them have done several videos on it in the past, and their entire sector knows it. So if it's not true, then then that means they've been trolling, deep, deep, dark trolling for a long time. So either way, it's just weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I know
Yeah.
Shelly's
So
up here to talk about Miss Paulette, so I'm gonna drop down. I got another. I gotta get ready for this flight, but I was not stupid enough this time to make my flight early in the morning, so I got till noon. So I'm happy about that. But I am expecting some shit to pop off on this 3 or 4 hour flight. So I either need you to fight with my homegirl Miss Paulette, or I need somebody to pick a fight so that I can have something to watch. Okay.
I am not fighting with no Paulette. I ain't got no time. I done dropped my
Shelly,
receipts. I'm done.
All right. Listen,
Anytime,
Shelly, who else? Let me click somebody else's link. I need somebody to get some shit popping, okay?
shoot, anytime somebody with a fuse with a coochie that's fused together talking about my man screwing them, you think I'm going to argue with that? That's like arguing with a crazy person on the corner. People from a distance don't know which one of you motherfuckers is crazy.
Baby, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I thought that whole Miss Paulette thing, and I thought Shelly, I wanted to say something funny to Shelly, but we not on that level. But when Shelly was responding to Miss Paulette in the chat, yeah, it was just so funny because it was just like, girl, please. And then Miss Paulette was serious as a heart attack. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It brought a good. I'm chuckling now. Like, I really want to go rewatch it with all the comments. Like, it was just like, y'all don't take it too seriously. Y'all hurt Miss Paulette's feelings, I guess, with all that message gate, or I don't know what that gate was called.
No, she hurt her own feelings, to be
Yeah, I
honest.
mean, I get it.
I'm gonna say this because you guys were on that other subject, so I don't want to kind of like, I'm gonna go to Paulette, but I was saying about these new people in the sector and all this other stuff, and I was talking about that tonight, and I got cussed all the way completely out, which does not really matter to me. But I was just stating that a person who got here today could never be in the beef sector because number one, you don't know the history. People get mad when I say that, but that's my opinion, and I think I have the right to have an opinion. If you get here and you start reporting on something and you don't understand why me and so have tension, or why these two people don't get along, who has time to break down all this information to anybody? That makes no sense to me. How can you be a part of something that you don't know anything about? So that's how I feel about that. But I did want to
Well,
correct
you
something.
can be
I'm sorry.
you can be a part of the audience. Sit down for a minute and take it
That's
in
it.
and learn. Okay, go
That's
ahead.
it.
Right.
I'm about to drop
Have
off,
a
ladies.
great trip.
Y'all have a
Have a
good
great trip,
day. Bye
Sassy.
bye.
Thanks for coming
Thanks
up.
so much.
Bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Safe
Go ahead,
travels.
Shelly. You wanted to
Yeah,
correct
you can
something?
sit and learn, but to actually do content and involve yourself in everything that's going on, I just don't it just doesn't make sense to me. I go to other sectors and I watch, but I'm mainly in the bushes because I don't know what they're talking about. Like today, you saw they kept on asking me what's going on. I'm like, look, I'm not at home.
Mm-hmm.
I live down the street and around the corner. So I'm not really going to get into that. But, well, okay, so I did make another video yesterday and I said I stand corrected. I did mention Paulette's name, but this is exactly how it was mentioned. Paulette was over on Mahea's channel at night, and she was over there telling lies about the whole WhatsApp gate. So that's what was put. See, I didn't even remember all of this because it's days and weeks. You know how it goes with the thread. You're not always going
Yeah.
to remember every little thing. If you don't feel a certain way towards a person, you may forget that person was even brought up.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, well, Paulette is over Mahea's, talking about this WhatsApp gate, and she says that it's a conspiracy going on and all this other stuff. And what I said was, F Miss Paulette with her messy ASS, and that was the end of it. But she's going on tour, and she's saying that we was calling her a drunk. We were saying that she was a part of this conspiracy. I mean, she's saying all of this different stuff. Literally, so what I did was the screenshots were sent to me, and I put them up because I'm like, I'm not going to keep revisiting this old story. But for her, this
Mm-hmm.
is her everyday story. She's just going all around YouTube with it. So I put it on members and Patreon, the receipts, but I did a live and I said, well, I stand corrected. In the chat, I said F Paulette, and I'm going to stand on it, and I'm going to still say F Paulette. And I'm going to stand on it again for the third time and say, fuck Paulette. And that's just that. I don't have to
But
argue with that lady. She's miserable.
But did you say it actually in verbally in the chat, or was it in some receipts that you dropped? See, because I didn't see it in any of the drop receipts, and I asked people in the chat, and nobody remembers that. So was it verbally or was
Yeah,
it
I
in a
can, if you
receipt?
want me to, I can get it for you. Like what I did was I took the 3 receipts and I put it like in a video and I'm just talking over it. It's like a minute. If you want me to grab it, I can grab it for you. I didn't even remember that her name was even brought up until when I was saying all that stuff, like we didn't speak about you. Then they texted me and said, wait a minute. I went back underneath the threads because we were all thinking, no, we didn't mention her. But we had to actually go back through the thread. And that was the only time that she was mentioned, but we weren't talking about her just to talk about her. She was talking about us on Mahea's. So then that's when I responded, F her with her messy ass, and that was it, and that's all. I don't understand how that equals to all of what she's doing. She doesn't hurt my feelings
all
by
of this.
saying that she's fucking my husband because we've been married for 12 years as of this month. I'm not an insecure person, worried about all that type of stuff. And her being an elder, it's just not even a good look. You know what I mean? It's
It's
just
really.
not a good look. I didn't think it was cute when she said it about your husband. It's not cute when she's saying it about my husband. Her saying that she gonna
And
start
that
telling
is,
lies.
like me and you, I mean, it's not like we have like major beef, but we don't like intertwine a lot. But when I heard her say that about your husband too, and it's not like it like really means anything. It's just the boldness of you to drag other family members in because you're mad about something that happened on YouTube. I think that she is totally out of line when it comes to doing that. So that's where I am so appalled at. Like, are you serious? So I can understand. I just kind of put that on you as well, because who does that? Who says that?
Yeah, I mean, it's so, and then the thing, the thought that she thinks that she's I don't know if she thinks she's intimidating somebody or whatever, but what I really think is fake is the other day, I'm gonna say like maybe 2 days ago, she was in, and I showed the receipt for this as well. She was in Jay Wilson's chat. She was doing what she always does, commenting with her little emojis. I ignored her because I'm like, why does this lady keep speaking to me or saying hi to me? But she keeps running around YouTube doing these tours and she's talking bad about me and making up all of these extra stories. I mean, the way she's acting, you would think that she got subpoenaed. You know what I'm saying? To come to court. Like, I don't know what she's all worked up about. I don't. But it's something off. And I also think because maybe now Tracy's working and she's busy, she doesn't have time to be available to her every day to be, opening up her panel for her or something. But it's just very weird, Somebody said that so-and-so.
She said, I've been trying to get Tracy to go live, but she's so busy because I wanted to get this stuff out. So that's why I'm hitting any panel to let me to talk about it. And she's just so ignorant. Just too
Let me
old
tell
to be
you,
so ignorant.
I dropped in Mahia's live. This is my second time ever being at his chat. And as soon as I drop down, she is up there telling them about the messages. And then she goes on to something else. And they said, get back to telling us a story. She's like, I don't remember what I was talking to y'all about. But then while he's talking, she's just throwing all kind of slugs. Who's a coward? Who's a this? Who's a that? Who's scary? All of this stuff. And I'm just not even paying her any attention because at this point, it's giving you need attention. It's giving you should be at adult daycare. It's giving, you've been on live for like 24 hours and you should be tending to your great grandkids. What is your problem, ma'am? I'm not going to argue back and forth with you. Now, what you were saying about like the defamation and stuff like that, I think that she's just comfortable because as far as what I know, nobody knows who she is. So I think when nobody knows who you are, it's easy to just say all kind of disgusting stuff about people.
Well, she gonna run into some hard times. She keep on. She gonna run into some hard times.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's gonna come back on her because she's doing way too much.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like really ludicrous. And even though she says, yeah, I'm gonna go out here and tell lies because they lied on me. See, the fact of the matter is, no, I didn't lie on her. Okay, so you said that you found that messages and you made the video and put it out. What is she talking about? Okay. If I make a mistake, I make mistakes. I come back and I correct them. I don't leave it out there and try to defend it and say, well, it is true, or, well, it was true at the time because I thought it was right. No, none of that. I come out and I correct it. That's what adults do.
Right. And I corrected it too. I mean, anybody can go. My live is still up. I corrected it. And I said, I stand corrected. I said, I didn't realize that I had said F that because I was wondering, like, where is she getting this from? But it was just a response to someone telling me that she was somewhere having a whole conversation, about us.
Now, what she put it in the context was that she put it out of context. So she put it in the context that y'all were over there talking about her. And I don't know. I think it was because they were mad that I went over to Ronnie Hughes. So let's be clear.
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
yeah.
in that context.
Yes, I'm glad you said that because, see, when people do stuff like that, it's so that, I'm not saying you're dumb, but it's so like if you hear it and you don't know better, you might be like, well, wait a minute. They're acting this way to her because they didn't want my page to be supported when nothing like that even happened. You were never even brought up. So it's just like, what are you talking about? And even Reese in the chat who said those messages were nothing, but people don't want to hear that. They want to add something to it. I don't know what was going on with the group, with King Roman's group, but I feel like what we were doing Well, what we had going on was similar. We talk about life, family, whatever, little YouTube. Hey, so-and-so's live. We all don't subscribe to the same people. We might give some cliff notes or whatever. But that's the link in the back to the little video that I made with the receipts. That is all that was said about her. And we're talking weeks and months of threads of messages. That's it. And you're
You
more than
said
welcome
a
to use it, play
word.
it, whatever. I'm not going to strike behind that.
You said a word because thank you. We are not all subscribed to the same people. We don't watch the same people because sometimes some shit is popping off on the channel that we ain't got no subscription to, so we ain't getting an alert and we missing out. And then somebody tell you, hey, get over here or check this video out on this timestamp. Now, like I said, I went over there, and I'm not going to be over there, giving up all B sector stuff. So they're up there, and they have it all wrong. I just wanted to correct that nobody from the Mo 3 sector was in there, and that's not true. And New Eric King didn't know what he was talking about. So then when Paulette gets back, she goes, well, how come? And then my head goes, well, what is the group about? And I said, just what you just said. We're not subscribed to the same people. Some people share like how you doing, I just got off work, I'm tired, what I'm cooking, this, that, and the other. Some people may share milestones, their kid's birthday or graduation or something like that. This is what we talked about. And so that's what I told him, and I just left. I'm not like, and then so I'm not going into, well, this happened,
Yeah,
and
no one has time to keep up
I
with
ain't
all
going
this
into
stuff
all that.
24/7.
And what I told him, I said, I'm not giving up all the beef sector, information. I said, the videos are out there, you guys. I said, it's been going on, this videos everywhere. Like, if you want to go go see. And then I step down. Then she comes up there. Well, Ronnie Q, she ain't telling what happened, what goes on. I did tell. And then Brenda was up there, and Brenda was asking some questions. She was able to get some peace like she was when you were up there, to just ask some simple, rational questions. And then I went back up there because I saw that there was an opportunity to let Brenda know. I said, yeah, I said what was going on in there. And I said, when you actually say what's going on in there, it's not good enough because it's not salacious. So they act as if you're lying just because it's not salacious. So I get it.
Yeah, and then if you say you're sharing pictures of your children, now my kids are grown, but I have, and I'm not lying, I've absolutely shared pictures of my kids in there. But when you say that, they even take that and they make it into something so perverted when it's
no
nothing like that.
Go ahead.
Like my daughter was on TV, and I sent the link, like, look at my daughter, she's on TV. It's not what they're trying to make it out to be.
And did you hear what she said about I heard that Ronnie Q, she was over taking screenshots, and she was taking screenshots of them people's kids, and she was putting them over on Lipstick Alley. See, now that,
yes, I heard her say that. That was so disgusting.
See, that really pissed me the fuck off, because everything that I print over there on Lipstick Alley can be subpoenaed. See, she better fucking watch her motherfucking mouth, because that, that is, like you say, that is like some perverted type shit. That's some perverted shit. Who does some shit like that? And the fact that she thinks this up shows you what type of mindset she has. Don't play with me like that. That's disgusting.
I mean, the fact that she's telling people that she braids her coochie hair. I mean, ma'am, you're just too old. You're too old to be
look,
doing this.
Shelly, I'm gonna knock you off my link. Tell me you're lying. I know.
No, she does. Did you know she's always talking about? She's always talking about sex. She's always just, and I'm like, so that's why when she's saying this stuff about the husbands, she thinks that stuff is cute. It's not. It's not, because I'm gonna tell you something. And I hate to use her as an example, so please don't take this no type of way. But if MU says some shit like that, they will go crazy. If somebody else, a younger person says something like that, whether it be Brianna, Pizarro, Fabe, they would lose it. So if it's not okay for them to say it, then she don't have no business saying it. It's very disrespectful.
I didn't even know she was over there talking like that. I had no idea that. I am like, you just blew my mind on that. That is disgusting. And another thing that she also did you see her when she saw MU down in the chat and
Yeah,
she
and she
started
started going
talking,
for her.
oh girl, and talking about all your hair down there, and did you cock your leg up like this? I was like, this old bitch. She sounds like she wants that girl. That's what she sound like. I was
Yeah,
just
and
like, ugh.
then she has the nerve to call people ignorant, but does she listen to herself? She keeps on saying, "Why comes I can't? How comes I can't?" I'm like, you sound like you scared Mass about to come around the corner and catch you. Like, what is going on? And
Masses, we
it's like,
rich now.
yeah, it's
Go
crazy.
ahead.
And then she gets over there and does the same thing with them. And they just let her talk, and she's just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And I'm just like, wow. But I'm not gonna hit
Yeah.
no link to scream back and forth with her. So then what she did was she then went and lied. So that after she started, okay, so this is the part I don't think you know this part. I don't think. After she went, what's up, CEO? After she went and started the crap at Pizarro's page, mind you, I get there, she hits the link, comes up there, starts with me. I hit the link, I went up there, I was being very respectful. I was like, I'll go on mute, I'll wait till it's my turn, or whatever, like that. She carried on, carried on, carried on. She said all kind of disgusting stuff. So after that, I then went live on my own channel, and I was like, well, I stand corrected or whatever. At this point, she had went over to Nika's channel. She went over there and told those people that I jumped her. How can I jump her if she's the one that's starting the fight, and if she's going on the whole tour, and if she's bringing other people into this to help her? How am I fighting when I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you? I'm by myself. I've been by myself all day long today. So that's the story that she said over at Nika's place. So after I did my live, I went over to Nika's and I explained again. I said, this is what happened. I said that I didn't say, I said, but actually I did say F her or whatever like that. I said, but it was kind of like in passing. She really wasn't brought into, like that. And so to me, that was it. And for me, I was done with it. Well, she screams out when she said she was jumped. To me, that was a bat signal to Tracy and whomever else. Help me, help me, help me. So then when Tracy comes home or whatever, or gets online or whatever, I heard that Tracy went live and said, who's messing with Paulette or whatever. So I mean, I don't know who's supposed to be intimidated by that, because I'm not. I said what I said. It is what it is, and nothing's gonna change that. So and then so she left from
Paulette.
Tracy's. Then it was a big thing about whoever was messing with Paulette. And then she goes over Mahea's. I'm not even thinking. Somebody tells me, hey, I'm over at Mahea's. I said, okay, send me the link. I'm gonna come check it out. And as soon as I click on there, she was like, yeah, I've been getting my back kicked in the B sector, this, that, and all this stuff. And I'm like, wow. And it was the same
I am so
story
sick
about
of
Ronnie
her.
Q and Shelly.
Yeah, I am so sick of her. This shit happened like November 29th is when she hopped up on my panel and made this video. Now she has circled around and I'm just done discussing her. I dropped my receipts. Fuck Paulette, and she better be careful with her motherfucking mouth from here on out. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever, if it ever comes to me and someone reaches out to me and says, hey, this is who, what, when, or where, I'll definitely let you know, because I don't think it's right for people to just go around and do this type of stuff just because they feel comfortable, because they're hiding behind an avatar and they think that they can run around and slander people, especially with the part about coming down to kids. All that other stuff is kind of like, whatever. But the children,
Yeah.
that's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Very
don't play with
disgusting.
me. Do not play. Yeah. So thank you. That's all I had to. I just wanted to like. I didn't know if you had heard that part. I wasn't up on the last video you made to correct that, but she took that, pulled it, and used it out of context and put it in a context to make it seem as if it was because of her saying something on my panel. So, it's all BS. She did it on purpose. She's very calculated. And for her to say these things, it makes me understand that she's a very dangerous people. I bet you people in her life can't stand her. I can imagine anybody, if she ever worked, anybody who worked with her hated her guts. I think she let me quit. Okay, I'm about to go off on a tangent.
Yeah,
I got to get
I
out of
think
here.
also too. I think also too. I'm not gonna say she was put up. I don't know if she was put up to it. I don't know whether she needs attention, but I was also thinking, does this got something to do with, you know, um, Fire Marshal Bill and crew? Because this WhatsApp gate is so old. Like, how are we still at this? It just wasn't making any sense to me. So, I'm gonna let her continue to keep talking about it. And she was like, "Oh, you scared, you shivering, oh, you nervous." Like, what am I nervous for, ma'am? I don't
She's
care.
she sound
She's
crazy.
delusional. All right, but
Yeah.
thank you for having me. I'm gonna go ahead, drop down, and I'm gonna listen to it as you finish out the rest of your show.
Well, thank you for coming up. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
You're welcome. You too. Everyone in the chat,
All
enjoy
right.
your day as well.
All right. So that was Shelly and Sassy. I thank them for coming up. Brixton Babe, I thank you for joining the membership. Brixton Babe and all my new members, go to the community wall post for the members, and I tell you how to contact me. I give all my new members, if they want a keychain, I tell you how to contact me to receive yours. If you're interested, just please hit me up, and I will get one out to you. Also, coming up on June 8th, I have my second annual Perfect Pet Competition. It is open to all types of pets. As you see here, if your pet can do 3 tricks on command, or if you have a non-traditional pet and they can go through an obstacle course with at least 3 obstacles, you're welcome to enter the pet competition June 8th here on my channel, 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time, which would be 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. 2 o'clock Central Time. So meet me here. If you want to compete, you can drop me a note that you will be here. A lot of people had said that they would be here, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't know if my dog is going to be able to do a trick. I don't want him to embarrass me." So this time we're going to have a pregame show, which is going to be our runway or beauty pageant. So if you have a pet that you want to show off, there is one prize pot for the challenge where they do commands, and there's going to be another prize pot for the fashion beauty show. So a runway beauty show. They don't have to have on clothes. Runway beauty show. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to win 2 prize pot. It is going to be winner takes all. We already have one of our judges already set. I need 2 more judges. I prefer judges who have experience or have pets themselves to be the judges, and the audience it will be the fourth and final judge. So everyone's going to participate. We're going to be having a rubric with specific things that we're looking for. It's not going to be up to chance. You're going to have to give a number for 1 to 4 in this category, 1 to 4 in that category, and we're going to add the scores up, and we're going to let the chat vote, and we're going to add their scores to our scores, and we're going to choose our winner that way. So please let me know if you're interested, and I hope to see you guys out there. Okay, a question. Okay, irrational question. The beef sector are black sector people who wake up every day to further kick other black people for fun. Just asking. Um, no, not really, because I'm doing a pet competition. You know, how bad can we be? I mean, how bad can we be? Did you say bat signal? No, I don't think that everybody is on that. You know, some people are entertaining. You get a good laugh. You know, some fun, some uh jokes and stuff are all in good fun. You see people sitting around on Lady Nika's channel, just light ribbing and stuff at each other, and just making the day pass. So everybody is not like that. But then, we all have our moments and stuff. So I think that's what it is. So hey Mike, what do you want? What am I cooking? I'm a shut up. My grandmother dog. Her trick is ignoring Granny when she yells at her to get from under the couch. Yeah, they will ignore you if they. Mine is get from under the bed. They ignore me. I understand what you're saying. Okay, so I'd love to be a judge. I have 15 years experiencing volunteering at the MSPCA. Okay, Shauna, we'll talk about it on my next live. That sounds like good experience. That sounds like excellent experience. I already have a pet groomer. So Shauna, if you leave me a note in the chat, I will put you down, and we can chit chat about it in my comment section, and we'll try to see if we can work that out. So also, if you want to visit my Amazon store, the link is in my description box. You're not buying anything from me. You're shopping for things that you may want. When you click on the items that I have chosen, it goes directly to your Amazon account. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out. Have a blessed day. All right, bye bye.